viewers.
No, I'm not doing an intro for the goddamn viewers.
Oh, you scrub. Okay,
I
so
don't care about the
Jakalor
goddamn
is gonna be
viewers.
running a Chronicle. He's gonna be dumping a bunch of lore on us. Yay, he's not up to par. Enjoy the fuckery.
I'm not dumping lore on you. I'm trying to tell you to get answers from me by asking
Okay,
questions.
what do I know about the other Malkavians in the city? They've been here like 5-10 years.
I'll be right back.
You'd know that most of them don't hang out in Elysium. You'd know that the Primogen usually tends to hang out in like tends to hang out in the. I'll move you guys over to the city map for now. Over in the territory that are controlled by Malkavians. And you'd know. Well, I'm going to show you for every one of the other. Goddamn. There. And there.
I'll just move my apartment to somewhere closer to our domain, since I had it put there for when we thought we were going to be on the other side of the river.
Okay, now those are all the Malkavians in the town, as far as you're aware.
So they're all around
Probably
that area.
around anyone. Yes, they're all around that area. They usually don't show up in Elysium, and from the rumors are the Primogen doesn't ever show up to Elysium. Really, sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. But he doesn't really show up there.
So essentially, he shows up when he's really bored.
About right.
Okay. So they're all recluses at the moment.
Mostly. Yes.
I see. Okay, I already have a plan.
Okay, I'm back. What did I miss?
I have a plan mapped out how I'm going to become the Malkavian Primogen, put them in as sheriff, and then overthrow the prince. Nothing much.
Okay.
If you want to, you can totally make plans for that. I will never stop you from making plans.
Yeah, he'll just have people read our minds and kill us.
Anyway.
That
So,
would be the
anything
norm.
else you guys want to ask me?
Are there any
Vic,
current? Are there any current arguments or feuds that are publicly known?
I was actually going to go ahead and ask that kind of thing too. What's the political situation right now?
Currently, the political situation is the clan Bruja about a year ago lost their Primogen and got replaced by Morgan over here. After the former Primogen went and heavily insulted the prince and something about him being a bastard and a caitiff, as well as insinuating that he was not in power here in front of the prince.
That's not very nice.
No.
That was rather rude. I don't approve of this. He had the right
Damn it.
idea.
He got thrown out of Elysium, and later on, it appears he was accused of murdering another kindred, and got a blood hunt thrown on him.
Okay.
I suspect that most of the Tremere domain is actually them just, proclaiming this little area is part of their domain. This little area is part of their domain. Right over here is probably their real chantry. I'm just working through it right now.
Like, it's mostly that they've claimed the hospitals and medical centers
Oh, those motherfuckers. I know what they're doing.
rather than anything else.
Because Malkavians usually got those, but they're not really here in force, so...
Guys,
Yeah.
I think we need to throw the Tremere out of the hospitals. I'm afraid of what experiments they might be running.
Doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Well, they have been providing a lot of one of the they're one of the biggest suppliers of pure blood to the city.
Yeah, nope. We need to take that over. Mine.
I second
Yoink.
this notion. We need to take over a hospital and get our own supply.
Yeah. We don't have a Tremere in the party, right?
No.
I'm just pretending the others don't exist right now. That's cool. Sweet. I need to go talk to them about things and everything.
Then you have Ulfric, the Gangrel Primogen. Technically, he isn't the oldest member, the most powerful member, or the most influential member of the clan, but he became Primogen mostly because the other person that would have become the Primogen said that he didn't want to be the Primogen.
So were we talking about the Tremere Primogen?
The
Doesn't
Gangrel.
want to be the Primogen?
No,
Oh,
the Gangrel Primogen.
All
Yeah.
right.
Ulfric, the current Primogen, isn't actually the most powerful, influential, or oldest member of the clan in the city.
Okay.
He got the position mostly because the prince supported him, the other Primogen supported him, and the other person that could have been the Primogen didn't want the position at all. Essentially, shunted it on elsewhere.
That's how they raise a pawn.
What are our relations
also-
with the rest?
Ulfric was actually one of the biggest supporters of the prince during when he threw out the Sabbat from the city during the campaigns, and he's somewhat of a war hero.
Yay!
Like, he
Okay.
did a lot of work there.
What do we know about how dangerous and powerful the Nosferatu are? What with them being in our faces?
The Nosferatu do kind of, they do a lot of spying in the city since the Malkavians aren't going to be doing that. They essentially control all the information stuff in the city.
Malkavians have never really been trusted with that position anyway.
Yes, true.
Well, that was more of a Springfield thing, yes.
Then is them trying to like play leapfrogs with information that changes?
Well, anyway, what you were saying, Keegan?
Nothing. It's fine.
Louder.
It's fine.
Okay.
What are
Hmm?
what are our relations with the other people? Is it just all neutral right now?
Mostly neutral.
Mostly neutral. The Gangrel Primogen has announced his support for you publicly.
Cool.
Essentially,
Okay.
say, fuck with you guys, and you fuck with me. A thing.
Mhm.
Because of your 4 dots in mentor.
And because you're our leader, in theory, we should be somewhat good with the prince as well.
Yes,
In
the prince
theory,
is.
did we actually
is looking
agree
at
on
you
a
guys
leader?
like
Yes, we did.
The prince-
I think it was a 4-2.
the prince-
That's a majority. Almost a
Bacon
consensus.
prince
changed
is
his
what?
voice vote back to us, and I think I got Volmorg to change his mind. But you know what? Let Keegan have the leadership. I don't mind.
So the prince likes us?
Yes, the prince essentially views you as a potential improvement for, and ability to strengthen his own clan and his position in the city.
All right, cool. I'm just doing the group holdings right now. That's all I want to know.
The Tremere don't really care about that stuff. The Toreador are like... They aren't exactly on great terms with you. They probably aren't going to be in great terms with you guys. They're essentially not going to do anything. They're neutral, essentially. The Nosferatu, as I said before, aren't exactly happy with your position on where you placed your domain. But other than that, they're probably not going to act against you right now.
How did it
Whatever the fuck are you doing over there? Whatever the fuck, we don't care.
All right, cool. I set up the relations, sort of.
Kind of,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. You're legitimate enough that no one's going to go and walk through your territory and hunt there, but like they're not going. they won't go around and say that tell others to not go and hunt that essentially. Well,
So, guys, I think the
essentially they're not.
logical place for us to expand is down southwards. There's no one important there anyway.
Or here, like in
Any-
Nosferatu territory, or over here?
Yeah, where
As
you...
far as
Right here.
do you want to know
I
interclan
do.
politics?
Wait
Or
a
just-
second, I'll BRB. Don't talk about anything too important.
I didn't even hear what you said, Jack.
How's the
I was
weather?
going to ask, do you also want to know the interclan politics and further knowledge on the other Primogen?
100%? Yeah.
Okay.
Is that
I'll
important?
ignore Chris for now because fuck Chris right now. Whatever.
Yay.
The Malkavian Primogen is Malkavian Primogen because he's the only one that took up the position, actually answered when the prince asked for a Malkavian Primogen.
Fun.
He's been Primogen for a few years now. The Nosferatu Primogen has essentially he's one of the few Primogen that are still from before the prince came to power for like 60 years ago, together with the Toreador Primogen. And half of the Primogen have been in power essentially since before the prince came to power. Yes.
Okay. Which Primogen was that? The Toreador? The
Toreador, Titremir, and the Nosferatu have been in power since before the prince.
Alright.
John Lance hasn't been exactly happy with the prince, mostly because the prince doesn't like the Nosferatu. But they have a cordial relationship, mostly because the prince you can guess the prince needs the Nosferatu support. They're powerful enough for that. You have the Toreador Primogen, Kenneth Bates. He was one of the people that he was one of the people that voted for the prince to become the prince before he became into power. And although he wasn't exactly a fan of the war effort, mostly because it essentially the prince essentially ended up demanding that every clan to support the war effort, but he agreed, and well, he isn't complaining about the results. It's about have been removed entirely from the premises. You have the Tremere Regent and Primogen. He mostly stays in the chantry. He does arrive at every Primogen council meeting, no matter how trivial. But he usually doesn't arrive at Elysiums, other than when the prince calls for all the kingdom to meet.
Alright.
He mostly leaves going to Elysium to his one of his child there, Sam Graham. This guy.
He looks like a Malkavian.
He looks like a
He's the
douche.
Malkavian.
No, I remember this picture. I'm pretty sure he's a Malkavian.
Really?
He was in Springfield.
Okay. I just took a picture from the internet. I'm like, okay. Anyway. Oh, and you have the Tremere sheriff.
Oh shit.
He's
That's
been
bad. That's bad.
Yes. Yes, you have a Tremere sheriff. He has been he was appointed by the prince. You're in the blue area right now. Well, you're in the Ventru Elysium over there. Here. That's where the Ventru Elysium is. Also where the prince holds open court.
Whimper. I don't consent to this. Hold me.
But yeah, like he's been sheriff for a long time. From what you guys know, he's very loyal and has been doing a lot of good work. Good work for the prince, both as a war hero and as a uprooter of dissidents.
So a sheriff
Like,
with auspex, dominate, and magic. I don't like this Jakalor.
Okay. Don't like it. It's not my opinion. It's not my say whether you like it or not.
I don't like anyone that can see through obfuscate as an inclined thing. I don't approve of that kind of bullshit.
So you don't approve of the Malkavians, then?
No, they're alright. They're an exception. They're too out of
No
their
wonder you-
minds to see anything.
No wonder he hates my setite.
I don't hate your setite.
Just
Actually,
wants to kill you.
Shall we go on with the agenda, or are you going to be go around sheepishly talking for no reason about things that have no reason thing here? Anyway, there, being insulting for no reason.
yes,
have
Jakalor, you're
Gregory
not up to
Baumgartner.
par.
Yes. Gregory Baumgartner, the prince of the city. There are rumors that his powers aren't absolute, in fact, but he seems to have a good stronghold of the city.
That is absolute heresy. Who the fuck dare say that? Off with their heads!
And he has been in power since 1890, when he started, when he went and essentially had the Primogen come together, agreed that they're going to send troops, send other kindred to help him, and then he went and crushed this entire Sabbath presence in New England.
How nice.
Huzzah!
Down with the Sabbat.
Okay, guys.
One thing.
We are facing an uphill battle. We're going to have to commit a lot of diablerie to get up to par to take these fuckers down. I suggest we start with the gangrel so we can get Protean.
Got it.
Guys.
Oi, mates. You ain't just gonna eat my fucking clanmates like that, you fucking bitch. I can teach you
We were
protein.
talking about your clanmates. We were
But then we
talking
have
about
to
you.
spend experience, Demi.
Wait, here's an
You
important
lure them into the
question. Why-
trap and we'll jump them.
Here's the leader of the Setites, who have been allowed, or followers of Set. They have been allowed into the city in like 1910. And there are some rumors that they have a bit too much input on the Primogen Council and the Prince specifically, but they're probably completely without any basis. Because there are rumors of Tremere controlling the Prince. There are rumors of the Toreador controlling the Prince. There are Strata controlling. There are rumors of every clan controlling the Prince.
What about the venture?
Though it's very unlikely that any of them have any.
Are there
real
rumors of
control
us
the Prince.
controlling the prince?
Please say yes. Damn it.
Also,
Okay, that's our
Anyway.
first goal. Make sure there are rumors about us controlling the prince. That means we're up to par and an equal player, right?
If it helps, there might be rumors we're controlling the gangrel primogen.
That's not the same.
yes,
you know it.
that's actually a thing that is happening. That there are some rumors that about you having a bit too much stuff on the Gangrel Primogen.
Influence?
I
Well,
don't know what they're
influence.
talking about. Clearly, we're just good friends.
Then we have Remy Saint-Pierre. He is the Ventru Primogen, and he's a lot younger than most of the Primogen here. Probably the youngest one.
I was just about to say he looks like food.
He looks like Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, he's the youngest of the He's probably the youngest of the Primogen, but he's still very much what's it called? Influential in the Primogen Council and respected within the Primogen Council.
Alright, our
Hence,
first
he
goal
was
is to
a
make
member.
all the mortals believe that we're communists. Got it.
Anyway,
We need
Then
to
we
make sure
have
he
the
vanishes so Keegan can take over that seat on the council.
then we have the child of the prince and the keeper of the Ventry Elysium, Frederick Schwartz.
He looks
Yes.
like food.
They all look like food to you. Shut up, Macamian.
So you can guess that he's from Germany, before the First World War at least.
Look at that
And
mustache.
he's older. He's probably older than all of you guys. Since he's been
Combined?
around longer than all of you guys have been in the city.
I see. Bethman Holweg, is that his real name?
Who the fuck is that?
His name is Sauerkraut.
Anyway, as I said, he's been quite active in politics, and he isn't went through Primogen by any stretch.
So he's not up to par. On top of looking like food.
Anyway,
I think somebody's hungry.
the interclan politics are more or less that the Toreador don't like the Nosferatu.
But
The
do the
Gangrel-
Nosferatu like
oh,
the
the Gan-
Toreador?
No, they
Oh,
don't like the Toreador.
crap.
The
okay.
Gangrel like the Bruja. The Bruja are somewhat miffed about the Gangrel being so heavily supportive of the prince, since the last goddamn Primogen got blood hunted by the prince, so they're still a bit pissy about that.
Also
The
Carthage.
Bruja as a whole, yes, also Carthage.
Never
As
forget.
if the Brewha
Burn it to the
remembered
ground.
Carthage.
Never forget, never forgive, bitch.
Never forget. Burn it down.
As a whole, aren't very supportive of the prince. They actually, former Bruja Primogen, actually voted against the prince's ascension in the Primogen Council, where he was elected.
Who would have guessed?
But he was ignored. It was ignored. But the current Bruja Primogen actually is very supportive of the prince, and something the rest of the clan are. They're not completely happy about it, but they do see that there's value in someone that can actually, talk to the prince without screaming lots of insults.
I have an idea. We need to get a young Tremere to somehow test the Bruja Primogen's blood for blood bonds. That we can put in a real Primogen in there that will support us in gratitude.
So, anything else you wanted to know? Oh, also, the Setites have been very active in Elysium, all 4 of them. Well, 5, with counting Epic. If you've been very active in Elysium, Epic, have you been very active in Elysium?
I have been very active at Elysium.
Hiss.
Yeah, you can join
just
the rest
follows
of the
me around like a puppy.
Okay,
very active
Epic.
in Elysium.
Race you to the first clan to get 10 members in the city.
I don't give a shit. But
Yes, I win by default.
Here are all the Setites in the city.
I am very scared of Patrick.
I don't know, he looks like food.
You would look like food to yourself, don't you?
Anyway, anything else you want to ask about this stuff?
personally, I'm alright.
How easy is it to contract various services from, say, the Tremere for, like, magic?
As easy as it is to get boons from them.
Yes.
So essentially it
As
would
long
be
as
a
you-
straight-up trade, like a minor boon
Of
for a
course.
minor
Yes.
ritual.
Yes, and a major boon for a major ritual, and a like, what's the smallest thing?
Trivial.
Smallest boon.
Trivial.
Trivial boon for a really like level 1 ritual.
So if I get some blood, doing blood walk on it, what would that be? That's like a level 2, I think.
I think that's like what the fuck? How rare is blood walk?
Well, it's
Epic.
in the core book.
So it's not very rare. It would be like a minor boon. This is a powerful ritual.
And a
nonetheless.
path of blood which is like the primariest path there is for the clan during the first level, that would be a trivial one, I assume.
Yes,
Well,
trivial.
getting someone else to do it, probably, but
Like, this thing, I'm just
Bloodwalk
talking
might
about...
actually. Bloodwalk is actually one of those rituals that's a little weirder. It actually takes a lot longer than just a regular ritual 2. Level 2 ritual. So it might actually be a little worth like a level 3 or 4.
Well, if I am grabbing a random neonate and having a minor boon on someone in like one of us, since we're a pretty powerful group, that could easily count as a minor one with us because
I'd
we
say it's
are
a
in a
minor
good
boon.
position.
I would say it would kind of depend ish.
Depending on who you ask, essentially.
Yeah.
But but I'd say like a 2 minor boons, 1 minor boon if you haggle a bit, and with the right person.
No. I want to teach someone dementation there and cash that in for store credit.
No, nobody's going to accept dementation.
Yeah, Bloodwalk isn't in the primary one, by the way.
Oh,
It's a ritual at level 2. It should be in the core book, I'm sure of it.
No, I just looked the core book. It's not there.
I'm looking at it right now. It's 2 words.
I'm right here. Oh, whoops. I kept passing over and looking at Burning Blade.
Yes, it's
Burning
right.
Blade, you're too good. You make me just look at you.
3 hours reduced by 15 minutes for each success on the roll. It requires a full blood point though. Ooh.
Yeah.
So that just leaves the basic path of blood thing for... Oh, can that detect stuff like
Yes,
blood bombs?
if they are good at it. If they're good at it. I think they can. Let me go double check. You should probably be able to tell you have 3 dots in a cult.
yeah.
So
The number of successes achieved on the roll determines how much information a thaumaturge leaves and how accurate it is.
A taste for blood.
oh, maybe not.
3 or more, so it can detect diablerie, and that's it.
Yeah, it doesn't
Well,
actually.
it can.
With 3 successes.
It can detect more with. It can detect more with more successes, but it's.
Basically,
have
we're
to roll
saying
more
they would need a lot of successes to even be able to try. So you'd somehow have to tell them that you're trying to get a blood bond specifically, and then they'd probably just go, "That is going to be real tough. We can try though."
And then they have to spend a fuck ton of blood and make many willpower rolls. Which means that it's a pain in the ass for them, and that's at least a minor boon most likely. Unless they're like
Minimum,
really
yeah.
crappy position.
So, anything else you wanted to ask?
I'm pretty good.
Jakalor, how much would it take to gain the right to, I don't know, learn thaumaturgy? Life boon on the regent, I assume?
Probably more
What's
likely.
the usual epic?
It It's usually almost certainly a life boon level thing, regardless.
I mean, for him to get a... I think there were rules about how Tremere sometimes allowed Cameroon members to learn it, but you have to be, like, registered, and they are gonna check carefully to see you're not teaching it onwards. You, like, get the right to use it, and that's it.
And they usually also make sure to take some of your blood back to Vienna and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like needles!
You will like needles if you want to learn thaumaturgy.
They take that shit seriously, and that's actually part of what was weird about Springfield was the prince somehow got that.
Well, that was a state-level embarrassment in progress. It needed to be nipped in the bud.
Anyway, so anything else?
What about this dude that lives here? The 6th gen you hinted at being in the game, that we have deduced lives here. How powerful is he and what do we know about him? How easy is he to eat?
Wait, where are you talking
I
about?
haven't said anything about 6th generation in the city.
You said there was
Well,
someone
I've
of
said that
6th
there-
gen in the city. I
Across the
remember.
river.
I said there was in the game a 6th generation.
In the
that I have
game,
created,
sure.
yes.
But this dude, this mysterious elder that lives here on his own, what about him? What do we know?
Well, he has a child.
Oh, that
he
guy.
usually doesn't arrive in. Yeah. He usually doesn't. He has never entered Elysium himself. He has gone and entered a Primogen Council once after asking the sheriff for entrance. But you don't know anything about what happened there. You don't know anything about anything else at that.
I guess you could have to make a note to ask the sheriff about that.
Don't just straight up
Sheriff has-
ask. News spreads when you ask questions too directly.
Yeah. Also, his child is the only one that has ever entered Elysium. He has been there every now and then, but he's very rarely there.
Have I seen him? Like-
Probably not.
So I don't even know what he looks
Like-
like.
No, you wouldn't know what he looks like.
Okay, I know where the Salubra
Funny
is.
thing-
Now we need to seek the Tremere on them. That's how we get our rights to thaumaturgy.
Yes, if you killed a Salubri Elder, you would and showed proof that it was Salubri Elder specifically, you could probably get thaumaturgy from them with only a major boon or two.
Yeah,
Possibly.
we go in there. Let's stab the healer. Oh my god, it's a warrior! Run!
It is good to remember that even if you manage to do some awesome for the Tremere and they're willing to just teach you for it without a favor, they'll usually end up trying to take some blood from you back to Vienna regardless.
Yes, they'll 100% take blood from you, either whatever happens.
You
They
say
don't
hi
want
to
that.
them, they'll ask for blood.
But there are other forms of blood magic, though, that function
remember
similarly
when we
to
played in
thaumaturgy.
Got fucked up by blood.
Yes, you can certainly try to learn necromancy somehow.
No, I mean
There are
things
no
that are
official-
treated as thaumaturgy, like the Anarch version of thaumaturgy, which
Oh, you
doesn't
mean
use
hermetic thaumaturgy.
Yeah, like non-hermetic thaumaturgy.
Well, it's hermetic thaumaturgy, but it's not actual thaumaturgy. I think it essentially is hedge thaumaturgy.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I don't think I have a single member of a person with it right now because I don't want to fuck with that shit because that would require me actually looking up what the fuck that was about.
Like,
Don't worry, it's supposed
It
to be
was
pretty
mentioned
rare.
to me.
like it's supposed to be similar. Like the Tremere are good because their system is just that. It's a system with the paths and rituals mapped out. But the same paths can just be function in the same way and just come from a different school and being compatible with the Tremere thaumaturgy. Like I couldn't learn their rituals if I had that, but I would just have like one
Yes,
path. And...
it's the same principle as per Assamite sorcery and the multiple types of Setite sorcery.
Okay, Jakalor. What do I roll to gain Dark Thaumaturgy? I have 3 occult and a specialization in infernalism.
I think you need to actually have thaumaturgy to be able to summon demons.
Not necessarily. The Sabbath rites work without using magic directly.
Actually they use it's kind of magic directly. It's called an sorcery.
But their priests don't need to have it if they have the right rituals.
No, it depends on how the ritual. They need to learn the rituals instead.
Sabbat Rite is actually really interesting, lore-wise. It's actually more of a bastardized mix of thaumaturgy from the Tremere and Coldenism. Which is why it's actually so half-baked.
Like, summoning demons is easy once you know the basics of magic.
To be fair,
Like,
depending how much he knows about demons, he could know he could try and gain the attention of one.
There's also the thing that mortals,
Yes.
once they
Summoning
had
one.
access to the right information, could summon them without necessarily having magic outright.
Well, the difference would be getting their attention versus actually summoning them. Summoning them means you have some control over them. Getting their attention just means they're in contact with you.
Last thing I do after raising my occult to 5 is bind an earthbound under the river. Cause fuck you guys.
Not sure you realize how hard that is, but okay. Wait, no, you should know how hard that is. The fuck?
if you have this, if you have it at 5, you can totally realize that it's nigh impossible to do that. You can try.
Challenge accepted.
Also,
Mhm.
well, actually, I'll just... Never mind, don't worry about me.
Yeah. So, anything else you wanted to know?
I think we're more or less covered. Unless you have something to tell us about, I don't know, things we would have run into in the various Elysiums or in our normal doings.
Well, you'd know who the harpies are, I assume.
I saw some sheets with that mark. Well, you
Yes.
fucking traitor. You will regret this.
Okay.
But yeah, like, there's Nicole, the Toreador harpy. There's the Bruhal harpy, Mark Patterson. And you have the Ventru harpy, Brandon Sherman. Like, do you want to know more about them or something?
I assume you can brief us when we actually end up talking with them. We've been
Yes, I can
info
brief you.
dumping for nearly an hour now. We should probably start going.
Well, I've been doing it for like 30 minutes since we only started doing this at like 18:20. So yeah. Okay. So to the Ventru Elysium.
Devantro Elysium, we go!
Set your
So, yeah.
tokens up.
Your tokens are there.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the Ventru Elysium. So you have all gotten an invitation from the prince to come to the Ventru Elysium and listen to he's essentially about to throw a party, and everyone is invited, all kindred in the entire city.
I love parties.
Is it
Man, this is-
mandatory
this is trash, yo.
volunteer? Is it like mandatory
it's not.
voluntary attendance?
It's completely voluntary. You can imagine that most of the Brewhard didn't arrive for whatever
Dude,
reason.
It's a swing and bash. I gotta be there.
But yeah, you guys would know that this is the first floor is just where you drop off all the mortals and shit you happen to have with you, rather than a place for vampires to meet.
Okay, are we actually
So-
playing now?
Well,
don't know.
yes. The stairs down are here. They are usually hidden during the day by a panel of flooring that goes onto that.
And
Okay,
that's
Currently
where
it is
you
not.
pointed at with
I
here.
want to go
Right here?
over to the empty table
Yes.
and gently place the fish and the ducky there to have their own fun while I go to the party.
Yes, you can do that. There seems to be you're currently somewhat like you're essentially on time right now, so hurrying up would be a good idea if you want to not miss any speeches or anything.
See you guys later.
Let's go then. How do you
Though
move
there are
like that?
currently there are two gentlemen guarding the stairs down. If are you going to show your invitation to the person that looks like
Show
to
my
have some
invitation.
authority?
Here you go.
Yeah,
He
same.
he nods you downstairs for each and every one that shows their invitation.
I show my invitation.
Sure, I'll show my
Hurry up,
invitation.
great
Why
sir.
not?
Sorry, my
if you
brother was
haven't
being
shown
a-
your invitation, you can just stop there, but everyone that shows the invitation is allowed to enter. Also, let me just copy your tokens. And I need to move myself over there as well. Here.
Oh my.
Most people are here. There are some. You can see some neonates in over here. Well, in this area right now, but most of them seem to be going into this room.
Sure, I'll follow along. Looks like that's where the
Yeah.
party is.
I'm gonna spend 3 seconds and just, well, not 3 seconds literally, but spend just a quick moment here. I'm gonna mingle a little bit, see if there's anything interesting being talked about over here.
They're mostly talking about. You can enter the room, by the way. The doors are open. They're just showing us shut.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna make small talk.
You can tell that they are a bit nervous for the party. For some of them, they're only been this is their first actual party that's been held for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Jakalor, I want to just take a moment and exchange polite greetings with the people who actually matter in here, to the best of my ability.
Well, they seem to be listening to the prince, who's currently talking.
Oh,
who's
then
currently talking
I
up
don't
there.
disrupt them.
Okay, yeah. No disrupting.
Also, Daniel, you would know that the further up front you are, you're essentially saying that you matter more. And
Okay,
it
then
might
I
be
will
seen as
sit where I
rude
matter.
to go there as Justin and barely an Ancilae.
Jakalor, since I have 2 status, could you move me to approximately where my proper place would be?
I second this now then.
Essentially,
Okay, then
Uh,
that's where I go.
you as well. You can be like whatever up here, but everyone else has to be like should be like below here somewhere. Not that line.
I'm just gonna
You can
part,
imagine that it's yeah.
just gonna part with the
You'll be-
neonates and just give them a little bit of an uplifting. Don't worry. Everybody has to get somewhat used to this. It's all right.
Shall we
You
commit
want
suicide
to go
now,
for that?
guys? Should I roll for all?
You
And then-
can roll for
Sure.
that. Yes.
I just stand
Yeah.
way back here in the back.
Mhm. Well, currently, the prince is saying this. Welcome all to this occasion to celebrate my ascension to power 60 years ago and our vanquishing of the Sabbat. I know I have not been as kind as some may want, but I believe I have done all that is necessary to keep this city safe for all kindred within it. Let the celebrations commence.
I want to start clapping enthusiastically.
Yes, everyone does start,
I'm just
start clapping
on
something at least.
looking
Fuck you,
looking
man,
around
that's just
at the
me.
people that I usually mingle with.
You want me to roll the prince's actual charisma leadership for this, Demi? See how impressive the speech is. Because I'm just skipping a whole bunch of shit that would be really boring.
Jakalor, I want to try and clap louder and cheering louder than anyone else. It's a
You can
competition now.
100% do that. Roll. What would the clapping be? Dexterity athletics? Or strength athletics?
Yeah. I'll just say yeah.
I'll say
Not
strength athletics
charisma
then.
for giving it a good lung while I'm cheering.
If you want to do it in a charismatic way, yes, you can clap charismatically, but it's not louder than everyone else. It's just more. There'll be charisma etiquette. You want to
I'll
clap
do
up
I'll do
for-
charisma etiquette if you want, but
I
I'll-
I
You
will.
don't have to roll. It's completely pointless. It's not going to affect anything other than
But yeah, I want to
No.
attempt a charismatic roll.
yes, you can roll that. Roll 7 if you don't have it.
Looks like
Good job.
everyone
do you
just
have a
looks at
special
you
ability?
unhappily.
the satellite is amazing.
Yes, people turn their heads towards the satellite to see someone when they hear him clap, because it is the most exquisite clapping ever done in this place.
I'm noticing that I just stop. I'm sad now.
Yeah, everyone is ignoring you at this point. Do you have a specialty for that epic? This would apply.
I'm clapping his
Let's
clapping.
see.
Good work.
What was my charisma? Let me double check. Nope. Smooth talker is charisma, so doesn't count.
Yeah, Daniel, you see there are some notes to your way, but the most of the attention is spent on the satellites.
It's fine.
The prince's
Wow.
speech was good. It was, it wasn't what you'd expect from the prince, but it was good. It was essentially a decent speech.
Come on, mushroom people, let's get this bash started.
I just try to catch Daniel's eye and just give a dirty looking nod towards the satellite like, we have to do something about this bullshit.
So most of the people will now
Bullshit.
be going outside into the like here. In here. Like the Primogen are going to be staying over here, but like, to talk to the prince, and some of the people that want an audience with the prince.
No reason to want an audience with the prince. Let's go mingle.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm gonna
Let's go
try
mingle.
and catch a moment when I can mingle with the people who actually have positions, but now is not the time to try and plead my case for any sort of position, especially after that embarrassment.
Yes, most people are actively trying to ignore you after that one. Let me move some people out, other people out there as well. Yeah, we did. You can notice the suspicious absence of the Bruja harpy.
Mhm.
It's quite noticeable. And most of the Bruja not having arrived.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I presume
Essentially,
this is just
people
a
are.
regular party.
It's quite a momentous occasion considering that it's the first official, party the prince has thrown in like 20 years.
Oh, cool.
Fun.
Jakalor,
Yeah.
what would be the difficulty on Eyes of Chaos to know the steps to the robot?
There hasn't
Roll
been.
at 7.
Should I try?
I don't
You can try if
care.
you want.
Most of the no one's dancing currently.
He's a Malkavian. He's gonna do whatever he needs to be crazy.
Yeah, No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna head out to the dance floor and start dancing on my own. Do you want a Dex performance on that?
Yes, charisma performance actually.
Okay. I do have an ability aptitude for that, so what would be the difficulty? Is it a base of 6?
What?
What would be the base difficulty for this? Because I do have...
It's currently, since no one's paying attention, it would be 7.
So it would go down to 5. Okay.
Apparently, do you have a specialty that will apply here?
Let's see. I have smooth talker and acting, so not really.
No. So currently, you're being there are lots of people looking your way, and there are people who are clapping, and you're essentially they acknowledge your existence now. You're
Guys,
redeeming yourself in the
guys,
eyes of the
I'm up to par! Look, guys, I'm up to par! As I continue dancing.
Are you actually laughing, screaming that?
Yeah, I'm calling out to my party when I get the opportunity.
Sandor is ignoring the person randomly dancing.
I second this. Ignore the Malkavian because he's a Malkavian.
Well, he did a great dance, and he was doing pretty well until he started randomly screaming about being up to par.
I try to convince the nearest female to join me in the dance. Just like, come here, come here.
No one's going to take you up on that offer right now.
I continue dancing on my own. I just... Actually, I pretend that I grab a partner from elsewhere, from out of thin air, and that I'm dancing with someone.
Roll Dex Athletics to grab someone.
Yep, Malkavian.
No. I mean an imaginary person.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying Malkavian, because imaginary.
If you want, I can create an illusionary partner for you. You just need a major boon.
Well, we can't talk to each other, so we couldn't even agree on that. Whimper. Okay, suddenly it's a lot more awkward with an imaginary person. Please tell me I don't fall on my face at least.
You don't fall on your face, no, that would be a failure. But yeah, like it's fine. You're doing fine. Well, fine, as in you're not falling on your face. Fine.
So I'm going around talking to people, etc. Just learning a little bit about them. Going on to another person, learning a little about them. But really, I'm trying to get somewhat to know Nicole particularly, but trying to make it, not particularly suspicious or anything.
Well,
I don't think it would be suspicious in the first place, but hey, I am a Setite.
They're all, yeah. I'm gonna go mingle with people.
it would be a lot easier, Val, if you're actually talking out loud rather than whispering to me. But whatever.
I don't want to interrupt other people.
Fuck's sake, Val,
You
what
could
is
just-
it with this new habit of yours? You're always whispering.
Actually, it's an old habit that's kicking back in, to be accurate. Remember when he started, he was always whispering to you?
Oh, that might have been it. Anyway, can we take like a 2-minute break here? Because we need to split the video
Yes.
anyway.
I have stuff I need to take care of. Yes, you can split the video.